everybody, and welcome to a really long Thon 9. My name is Knight, as you probably have already seen me multiple times throughout this month, having done Pokemon TCG and done the Spiral Reignited Trilogy. Yes, all 3 games in one sitting. Feel free to go check out the bot, how that 6-hour run went. but now we are about to do another Pokemon game from me, this time Pokemon Omega Ruby. This game is very good. It is a remake of the original Pokemon Ruby for the Game Boy Advance, and I gotta tell you, this game is really fun. I would argue that this is one of the most beginner-friendly mainline Pokemon games that you'll come across. And we're gonna start in just a second. We have to hard delete the data. Boy, do I have a story for you all, chat. In regards to this little thing, we are going to get the run started as soon as we pick in a language and we hit begin game. So we are ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Pokemon Omega Ruby, basically the same deal as, as the original Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. It is focused on the 3rd generation of Pokemon, where you have, a lot of beloved Pokemon from that early stuff. The trio, I would argue, is the best, in my opinion, the best starter trio in the entire franchise. Don't at me, but feel free to explain to me why you think other starter trios are better than the Hoenn trio, although I don't think I'm going to get much of an argument there. Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic are just absolutely... To me, they're S-tier starters from all 3 of them, which is very rare to encounter when you have a new Pokemon generation. But yeah, this one implores a lot of this one explores a lot of quality of life improvements since Generation 3. One of the biggest ones is that in this being a Generation 6 game for the 3DS, this is in the middle. This is like pretty much in the physical special split that was not present back in the day. First, we're going to pick we are going to pick the female protagonist. Oops, there we go. And just gonna name her, I don't know what an exclamation mark. Oops, oopsies. There we go. I accidentally hit B when I meant to press A. There we go. But yeah, there actually is a gameplay difference, a very slight gameplay difference between the starter, between the boy Brendan and the girl May, and it only comes across a couple of times, very minor, but it is optimal to choose May as your protagonist throughout this little adventure. I appreciate the good luck from everybody in chat. But yeah, the physical special split is now a thing in this game where it wasn't in the original games. For those of you who don't know, let me first switch things around. This menu, this option menu is going to make everything so much easier throughout the run and just make things a lot faster for us. But yes, physical special split is now a thing in this game where it wasn't in the original. In the original games, what was considered physical and special depended on the type, not the type of, not the attack itself. So, for example, moves such as I don't know, Muddy Water, which normally which now is considered a special attack, but because it was I believe it was a ground type or something, it basically moves that should be physical in because they're like it initiates physical contact, may not be necessarily considered physical because it just had a different type. This time, not much of a worry, and that does impact things a little bit in comparison to to speedrunning this game as opposed to speedrunning the original Gen 3 games. But a lot of it, the main story is essentially the same. However, there is one overwhelming difference between this game and the original games. and that is you get a free legendary after the 5th gym badge, which you did not get in the original game. You did not get any legendaries or get a chance to get a legendary for normal gameplay until the very end of the game, like basically right before Gym 8. And now you get a free Latios in Omega Ruby, Latios in Alpha Sapphire. And by the way, did anyone who played the original games, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, how difficult was it for you all to try and get either of the Lotties? Because it was incredibly difficult for me. In fact, I yet to this day, I still have not captured any of the Lotties, and I have all 3 copies of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And I wish I had it with me to kind of show it up. I do have my original Emerald copy. But yeah, a lot of it is just still a lot of main tutorial stuff. We're now about to kind of encounter we're about to get our starter in about like 30 seconds from now. I do need to pay very close attention to the Mudkip stats. That is what we are going to be doing. And depending on what happens, it may necessitate me doing a quick soft reset. I'm not going to go too hard on it. I'll maybe at most give it like 1 or 2 extra attempts. But first, let me save this because I do not want to be going for that entire tutorial again. As much as I love Trico, Trico is my favorite starter of all time. We are going to be choosing Mudkip because Mudkip just really takes care of so many problems that aren't really much problems in this game. Okay, so we have, ooh, that is not actually. I'm gonna do a soft reset. That was not great. Special attack was phenomenal. Everything else, the attack stat was not great. So I'm gonna give it another whirl. And just hope that I get something a little bit better. And it's funny, I didn't realize that you could soft reset in these games until I started speedrunning this. Which all you gotta do is just press L, R, and select. I believe you can also do that with the start, but I like to use select. This one's even worse, actually. This one's even worse. Oh, man. So basically what we want to try and get, the attack stat is going to be key here. And I want to try and get ideally, obviously with this being like no manip, like ideally maybe like a 13 the attack stat, and we've gotten 11. I'll even maybe take, we'll see, maybe I will even take 12 if the rest of the stats are looking good. Okay, HP 21, that's pretty good. 12, okay, we'll take it. We'll take it because all the other stats are actually really good. The attack stat is still not great. However, all the other stats, the important stats are going to be, are actually pretty good. The stat that doesn't really matter too much is the special defense, which is the lowest stat that we have, which I'm perfectly fine. Speed is at 11, that's pretty good. I think the defense was also at 11, which is good. Attack is, it's not great, but, I don't want to be going through, I don't want to be spending this entire run on this, so we'll just happily take what we can. Also, the HP is pretty high, so it's not, the HP is pretty high, so I can definitely tank some hits for sure. But now this just means that we're gonna try and see if we can. Now, thankfully, because we are actually a pretty tanky Mudkip, more so than the average Mudkip, we are going to have. We're not gonna have too many problems with some of the more difficult fights that can implore moves that that does hit us physically. Mainly our first Team Aqua Grunt that we're going to be encountering. I'm sorry, not Team Aqua, Team Magma. Team Magma is the antagonistic team in this game, as opposed to Alpha Sapphire, which is Team Aqua. So as we're kind of going through this little tutorial and our first rival fight, which is honestly the first rival fight, it's not going to be I don't want to say it's a joke, but it is going to be a really, really easy fight, just because we have a really darn good attack stat, defense stat, and HP stat. And really? That is the other thing. Random encounters. Oh boy, they can be incredibly slow. Thankfully, if we get really unlucky with certain random encounters, our base speed is going to be so good that we'll be able to naturally escape some other fights. Random encounters, such as Tailo. Tailo's incredibly fast. Normally, I would not have an automatic guarantee that I would be able to escape that random encounter, but speed stat of 11 kind of makes it so that I'm probably going to have little to no trouble on that. Do I think this game, do I think this game will ever have a speedrun viable RNG manip? And that's an interesting question. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's really okay. That's gonna show how good our defense stat. That was a critical, and we only lost 5 HP. And even with our attack stat not being amazing, we still 3-shot this Trico Sim. No worries. So now let me take a quick look. Okay, it got to 14 just on level 6. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm fine. This attack set is fine. It's good enough. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. To answer your question, I can see it happening. I mean, there's been RNG. I think there's been RNG manips for 3DS games that was discovered years and years later. But here's the other thing. I mean, there really isn't that much to sort of manip per se. I mean, the only thing you would have to try manip. The thing is, RNG manipulating, especially to get like optimal natures or like IVs, isn't that imperative in this game. Only because starting, I believe, in this generation, legendaries are guaranteed at least 3 perfect IVs. Which in older games really was not something that we had the luxury of. So you're almost guaranteed. It's almost like a 50-50 shot that we get our Latios and our Groudon later. That it's just gonna naturally have like the best stats in the corresponding stat that we want. So as far as Mudkip is concerned, maybe I don't know if there's been any research or any look into trying to manipulate to get a good Mudkip, because I think that would be Mudkip is the Pokemon that we're gonna have be using the most throughout this adventure. So obviously any RNG manipulation being done or any research probably would have to be more towards getting like a good optimal Mudkip. He's already how much time I lost just on trying to get in an okay Mudkip to start. But yeah, so another question, is Mudkip staying for the entire run? Yes and no. So Mudkip will be our only attacker all the way until after Norman, the 5th gym badge. After that, we are going to be getting Latios. Latios is going to be our main attacker from that point onward, and afterwards, it's going to be Groudon once we capture Groudon. However, Mudkip, and by extension Marshtomp, is actually going to be staying in the party the entire run, because Marshtomp is going to be, for most of the entire run, our main HM user. This was still back in the day where HMs were the way to kind of do dungeon exploring and whatnot. So yeah, so that's basically kind of now that is what we are going to be using with Marshtomp. Can you do Rock Smash, Surf, Strength, a lot of great HMs that we're going to be using throughout this little adventure. Okay, barely does a little under half. Let's see if water gun can knock it. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, water gun and tackle are pretty much gonna do the same. That is good to know. Pointless vertical. All right, everybody. All right, okay. One thing you're going to see throughout this run is just how many critical hits we are going to be getting throughout this run. I would love for all of you to keep track of how many criticals we got. And ooh, okay. I'm getting these orange berries just for safety, just because in my experience, I've always had a struggle and as well as patch berry, because in these 3+ hour runs, which by the way, I do expect this to go under 4 hours. That is my hope. Because I've been actually getting surprisingly really good really quickly with this game. Is that sometimes I'll have like a momentary lapse in judgment, or I get dealt with poison, or especially in this early portion, or I get hit a little bit more than I would like. You run this game enough and you encounter a lot of critical hits, and you basically are forced to spend time trying to heal, even if it's just chip damage. Yep, you're correct, RRLAT9. This was the last game to have HMs until Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which the less said about those remakes, the better. I'm admittedly, I was one of those who was really excited for the Sinnoh remakes, and I was very disappointed in how they kind of turned out. They weren't bad games in and of themselves, but boy, they didn't. I find it a little weird, because a lot of the quality of life improvements that you saw that you're going to see throughout here, if you're familiar with Ruby and Sapphire, they didn't really do that for the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games. Like, one of the bigger things is the fact that TMs in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were finite, whereas in this game they were, I believe they were infinite use. I appreciate the good luck, the Mustache Cat. Who, for those of you who remember, was one of my 2 commentators for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy run. Was a lot of fun. Did end 4 a.m. my time, but honestly, you know, that's fine, and that's all fine and dandy. All right. And I find it also hilarious how we are going to we're being given this tutorial on how to catch a Pokemon. We are never going to actually need to try and catch a Pokemon. Latios is going to be given to us automatically after the 5th gym. And Groudon, we're going to use the Master Ball on it. So, you know, we're not really going to be needing it at all. Right, and this is where we get the Pokénav, like, also much earlier in this game, as opposed to the original games where we didn't get it until after Gym 1 and after the Rust Turf Tunnel. But also another instance of we are not going to be using this feature at all. This is a very simple. It's a 4-hour run, but it is a simple one, and it's definitely one where you are definitely, if you're someone who has a 3DS and are able to, oh my god, we almost got caught by that bug catcher, and that I did not want to be caught, because that bug catcher is a really long fight. Safety save right here for legitimately one of the hardest fights in maybe the first hour of this game. After the first like hour and a half, 2 hours of the game. This single Team Magma grunt with 1 Poochyena is one of the hardest fights in maybe in the first half of the game. It higher leveled, or should be higher leveled. It knows Sand Attack, which is, if it starts spamming from the very beginning, it can potentially bring about disaster. And if you start missing even just a couple of hits, you lose. You automatically lose. So this is where we take a safety save from, like, the first kind of almost required safety save, because you never know what's going to happen here. Okay, ooh, that was a, oh, beautiful. Oh, okay. There's go the sand attack. Okay. Let's see water gun. Okay, I just need one more hit, and my hope here is that. Okay, cool. Sand attack did not affect me at all. That is beautiful, beautiful. That fight, for what I was dealing with, honestly, that fight could not have been any better. That could not have been a better start to the fight. And then another quality of life thing is that got added on here since Generation 3. Experience share. This will not be needed one bit, but it is good to have in terms of but it's nice to have for casual speedruns. This is actually a bit of a problem. I need to... Oh, cool. Rare Slack Off. Slack Off is incredible. It's a very rare find in this forest. That's what I was afraid of. I think this is also the one I didn't get to have 6 worm pulls. Oh, no, it's 1. Okay, it's an Inkata. Okay, not the end of the world. That was really unlucky. Wow, that was incredibly unlucky. Water gun should one-shot it? No, it does not. Okay. All right, fine. Fine. All right, level 9, not going to complain too much about it, especially with our slightly lower than I would like attack stat. But it really is not going to play much of a factor on this fight. Actually, the attack stat isn't really going to come into effect too much. Really for the next maybe half hour from now. Because honestly, believe it or not, actually, it's our special attack that is going to be the more important stat for the next few boss fights, especially the one that we're about to encounter in a few minutes. But before we do, we're going to talk to this one kid, which to give us a new move that wasn't present in the original games, Echo the Voice. So this move is really, really good, incredibly good. So the way it works is... Oh, yeah, I knew you were not going to. There we go. So the way it works is... It's a normal type special move that base power only does 40. Very insignificant. However, what it does, if you use it in consecutive turns, the power increases. It multiplies, actually. So if you use it a second straight time, it does 80. If you use it a third time, it does 120. And I believe it can go all the way up to 5 times at power of 200. Even at three echoed voices in a row, we are actually not... It is actually, in terms of base power, stronger than Earthquake, than a non-stab Earthquake. So, yeah, that already illustrates just how good that move is. Echo Voice will not play a factor right now. It will relatively soon. Beautiful. I actually did not think I would actually get to level 10 on that one. Love to take a safety save before every gym fight because you never know, but shouldn't be a problem here. The only thing to really worry about is is a random critical. But really, this is just water gun to fight. Roxanne has one potion that she is going to be using. It's actually going to be used right now. because this Geodude has 30, which in Generation 6 got mega buffed, at least starting in Generation 5, where it automatically lives on 1 HP if it takes a move that was going to KO it from full health, which actually is great because this means that Nosepass will not be Nosepass will not be getting the free heal because it was already spent on Geodude. Also, fun little Pokemon fact. Nosepass can always points north, which is for anyone who's like a fun little like who's like into geology and all that stuff. Yeah, the little trick, a little fun fact is that Nosepass always points north. Oh my god, that's critical. It's not gonna critical twice in a row, right? Right? Okay, we're good. All right, no, we are not going to be using Foresight. Really questioning why Foresight is even a move. Believe it or not, even after all that, even after all that resetting and losing over a minute just on resetting for like a barely usable Mudkip, I'm actually over a minute. I'm almost 2 minutes ahead of my PB. Also, shout out to that Team Magma Grunt with the way its walk cycle. It wasn't even running. It was just like walking very, very awkwardly, like a little vaudeville act. Oh, oops. I don't mean to do that. Okay. Okay, I'm first going to be healing to full. Not to full. But definitely want to heal. Okay, just watch. I need to take one step and I'm still gonna get hit with a random Pokemon. See? I'm making this up. I did an RNG manip. I just played this game enough to know it's gonna troll me. I get an item and then it just be like, okay, you spent enough time in that wild grass. Here's a random Pokemon. I'm just gonna wait for you. Yeah, you're probably gonna catch. You were probably gonna catch me. Okay, now we are going to be actually teaching Mudkip Echoed Voice, and gonna be teaching it Echo Voice over Tackle, which really wasn't used all that much in this because now it's literally. Like, Echo Voice is literally just Mudkip screaming. So just picture every time I use this move, just picture Mudkip just screaming at the top of its lungs. Rock Tomb over Mud Slap. And oh, right, I actually do need to use Repel. Right here to not deal with the random Pokemon. Actually, no. I actually probably would have been better off if I just waited until after the tunnel. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I do need to talk to this guy. It gives me giving me a couple some extra EXP as well. Mainly, and not just for the EXP, but also the defense EV. So, for those of you who don't know, every Pokemon, there's two different types of values this game has. There's effort values and there's individual values. Individual values, or IVs, are basically like a bit of a range that kind of also helps dictate how good a Pokemon stat, how good a number in a particular stat is going to be. They cannot be manipulated. Like, if a Pokemon is born with an IV of so-and-so number, it's going to remain that way until, like, in the later games where you actually until in the later games where you actually can work the IVs and bring it up to max, which is 31. But then there's effort values, which are basically a set value that every single Pokemon has in one particular stat. And if you knock out that Pokemon... Ooh, critical. Nice. Ooh, okay. Oh, it avoided that. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. This is, I'm in deep trouble? Okay. Hopeful that I can live this. Okay. Oh, right. 12. Okay. I was officially on 1/3 health. So the water gun got boosted through Torrent. But yeah, every Pokemon gives off usually 1 to 3 EVs in one particular stat. And usually it's the highest stat that it has. Geodude gives out defense EVs. They are vital for our next gym. And it's not even for the gym itself, the gym leader itself. It's for one particular fight leading up to the gym that is going to give us a lot of trouble with a Machop's Karate Chop. So that is kind of now the... Alright. Alright, come on. Alright, Zigzagoon. That's fine. Okay. Definitely going to be needing to heal up after when we get to Dewford Town. Look, we've been actually getting pretty lucky with the with random encounters, so I'm pretty thankful for that. But yeah, hope you guys sit down. We have a real long journey ahead of us. So yeah. So if anybody has any questions, I'd love the if anybody has any questions regarding the run, the game itself, or just anything in general, we're gonna be here for at least. The hope being is that this run is so good enough that we're gonna be done about maybe like roughly 3 hours from now. I know the estimate. I think the estimate says 4 hours and 10 minutes. With the start that we have, I have a pretty good feeling we're gonna be finishing way under that. So I have a little funny story regarding the regarding this. So we are going to be doing a quest to give Steven a letter from Mr. Stone. For those who don't know, Mr. Stone is actually Steven's father in canon. And so I play a lot of Pokemon Emerald Archipelago. I love archipelagos. They are a lot of fun, a really cool way to, really good to play with friends in ways that typically you're not, in ways that, you know, that aren't normal ways to, of playing games from your childhood. And I love the randomizer aspect of it all. The last archipelago that I went through, I had nearly everything kind of set up. Okay, there we go. Nearly everything set up to finish my game. However, I needed to give the letter to Steven to be given an item that was required for me to beat this, because the randomizer made it so the item that was vital to beating the game was actually locked behind the item that you get from Steven, which I believe is the TM for Steel Wing in all versions of the game. And I spent, no joke, the better part of almost 2 weeks literally not being able to do anything, because I was waiting for someone to give me the letter from another game in order to actually, you know, finish up the game. But yeah, shout out to Archipelagos. They are a lot, especially Pokemon Archipelagos. They are So much fun. All right, now who's ready for echo voice to win? Press the echoed voice button to win. That's it. Also, everybody, what's your favorite? I'm curious. What is everyone's favorite Generation 3 Pokemon? Obviously, we are here in Generation 3. I want to keep it specific to these games. So, my personal favorite, non-starter, I would say my favorite Pokemon in this game is Manectric. It is... Oh, I almost didn't equip the Steel Scarf. That would have been real bad. There's something about like electric dogs that that just I'm like a huge fan of. Like I love Jolteon, I love Manectric, I love Luxray. Who doesn't love any of those Pokemon? But yeah, now comes okay. You see that Echo Voice didn't really do a whole lot. Didn't do a ton. But, oh, really? Really? It's been using. Okay. There we go. It kept doing the amount every time I use Echo Voice. It did more and more. Okay, so this is the fight that is the true gym leader of this. This is the true gym leader of Dewford. Not Brawly, but Black Belt Hideki and his Machop. Hopefully, things go well in this one. Okay, it was crit. Okay. Foresight. Okay. Are we getting? Woo! Okay, that was the best possible Machop I could have asked for. No, not even an attack. Not even an attack. Just focus energy, foresight. Beautiful. Could not have asked for anything better. Right. Yeah, draw down. Like, couldn't have said it better myself. That fight was perfect. That was a perfect Hideki. I'm gonna be left at. I hope I don't get confused. That is the. Okay. Detect is so annoying, but we're fine. This is another fun little thing. So, even if the opponent uses Detect, the damage multiplier from using consecutive Echo Voices is not interrupted. Believe it or not. So it will keep getting stronger and stronger. Oops, right? Hello? There we go. We're going to use our Ether on Echo Voice. We do not have enough Echo Voices for the entire fight. And we got the M. It's not wasting in Phantom Double Tap. Or just accidental Double Tap. By the way, I'm mad jealous of Brawly's setup. Like, great. Because I'm a guy who loves doing a bunch of cardio, and you see like all the treadmills, and they look like to be those treadmills that have the little TV and you can watch anything on it. Like, and you got the bikes. I will say, not a ton of weightlifting, which you don't need to weightlift to get in shape, but would appreciate a little bit more variety from Brawly. Gotta say. Ooh, that's not great. Seismic Toss basically does the what Seismic Toss does is inflicts damage equal to your level. Okay, got the level 15. I don't. This I would say the 50-50 shot at the one-shotting. Yeah. Ooh, that's not great. Okay, no, we're good. Yep, that 5th echoed voice did just as much damage as self-destruct. So, yeah, we are good. Yeah, we're really a good start, actually. This is a pretty solid start. Yeah, they're all done. I'm big into fitness. I've been on this, so I've been on like on a little fitness journey for the last like few years, like on and off, but really kind of locked in over the last year. I was at almost 200 pounds, like almost at the start, at like a little over half a year ago, and I am now at about 170 pounds, which is honestly like incredible for given at the point that I was. But funny enough, I didn't have the luxury of having too many a lot of treadmill use from where I live. A lot of it has just been well, not treadmills, but I just been running in like street running. And the problem is I live in Northeast Ohio, so there's only a certain amount of time that I'm able to actually do all that street running. Now it's like 20-30 degrees. Yeah, I was born in Puerto Rico. The coldest it gets over there is 70. I am not gonna be running in 20-30 degrees at all. That's what I tell you. Steel Wing. Not the TM that you get. Okay, we do have a little bit of a lull time. Okay, I want to share with you all another story. This one will elicit a lot of sympathy from everybody in chat. Nah. If I get a random encounter, I'll get a random encounter. Yeah, we didn't even get one. That's fine. We'll keeping the repel. Why not? Oh, damn. Slakeboard. That's where we're gonna go. Slakeboard. Okay. So 2 days ago, when I was practicing this game, I wanted to make sure I don't make a complete fool of myself with my gameplay. I'm sure I'll make a fool of myself just from anything I say. It's a 4-hour run, roughly. So I'm probably gonna say something that's gonna be a little ridiculous. That comes with the territory, especially in marathon runs. However, I want to make sure my gameplay was sharp and I'm able to come in under estimate relatively comfortably. So I was practicing, and we're kind of at this point of the run. I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, I'm off to a really good start. This could be like a really cool offline PB. And let me first heal up before anything. Oh, I forgot to go to the shipyard, actually. But yeah, I was out to a really good start. Everything's going fine and dandy, actually. And then I get to the museum, and I'm actually good. And you'll notice in this fight, and you will understand how I come to the realization, because everything in this game is kind of almost entirely similar to between Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. However, it is in this game where I come to this major realization, and I really should have figured this out sooner, but this upcoming fight, it depends on what version of the Pokemon varies by version. We're about to encounter the first Pokemon we're about to fight is Numel. In Alpha Sapphire, you encounter Carvana. Guess what Pokemon came out during my practice? I'll give you a hint. It's not Numel. I'll give you another thing to kind of consider. Every single time I start a speedrun of this game, you have to delete your save file and start from scratch. What I was playing and practicing and hard deleting save files was my childhood Right, much shot. Let's see. Getting rid of Growl. Yeah. I would not say we're even. I think I did take an extra. Yeah, that extra fight with an Nincada. Honestly, we're still pretty ahead. You're still not ahead. Let me rephrase. We are kind of right around. We're not over leveled. We're not under leveled. You know, we are adequately leveled right now. Yeah, Dread. I was practicing on Alpha Sapphire, not realizing that I was playing on Alpha Sapphire, not Omega Ruby. You know what the funny thing is? What makes me even dumber is the fact there was actually there's another point in the run much earlier where I should have figured out I'm not playing on the proper copy. Remember that first Poochyena from the Team Aqua Grunt, from Team Magma Grunt? That I encountered, that I said like it's one of the hardest fights in the first half of the run. The one that, you know, we had no problems whatsoever. The color of that Grunt's uniform wasn't red, it was blue. That should have tipped me off. Wait a minute, I'm not playing the right game. But because I was so absent-minded at the time, like, I'm just practicing left and right, whatever, who cares? I, unfortunately, just straight up didn't pay attention. Oh wait, I need to sell. I don't have enough money. I need to sell some things. I need to sell all my Pokeballs. Okay. So we are not going to be needing this. Sell the ball mushroom. And sell the Stardust. And sell the PD up. And sell the protein. Alright, we're good to go. Good, now we're gonna need 9 X attacks, 1 X defense, and 7 special attacks. Trust me, all of these are gonna be very vital. And then Go for 4 super repels. I'm good on healing items. I don't need to save right now. But we are gonna go through like an unskippable cutscene. To introduce us to contest! This will not be brought up ever again. Although I will say, I do love her design. Even though... Actually, off the top of my head, do we ever actually see her at all ever again for the rest of the game? Or this is like her one and only appearance? I swear, I think she appears somewhere else. I cannot remember. Maybe in like on the Master Rank Pokemon contest? I think that might be it. And cool, we got the contest pass and the Pokeblock kit. Oh my god, it is so much, it is so nice to actually have this early on as opposed to like much later where I believe this is how it works. So in the original games, this little area, did have a contest hall. However, you actually cannot do anything in here. You have to wait until much later in the game for you to be able to get the contest pass and be able to play. And I believe you also need a Pokeblock kit. So, yeah. Glad that you can just do contests real easily from the start. Remember clearing the highest ranked cute contest with Unbound Hoopa. That is... I love it. That's actually incredible. Reappears if you do enough contests. Gotcha. I've not done enough contests in this game. And now, unfortunately, because I would normally try to, if I ever get in the mood to doing it, I would normally try to do contests on my Alpha Sapphire save file that I got over a decade ago, but I lost it! Anyways. I'm not salty, you're salty. Wait, this is probably gonna be... Is it... Does one have an orange berry? It does, okay. Hopefully... Come on, give me a critical. There we go! Oh, no, wait. What kind of damage roll was that? It barely did half, and then it just did 60, 70% damage. Oh my god. Holy damage roll, Batman. Okay. Now we're going to be going for the super repels. Okay. So we are... I need to heal to full. Dire hit. Actually, no, dire hit is not really vital. And did I accidentally double hit? Yeah. Okay. This boss fight is also incredibly annoying. This is where now you're going to see a lot of the X items kind of come into play. So now comes a bit of a battle of a battle of trying to see if I can live long enough with everything with these X items still being intact. Okay, so I need to do 3 special attacks and hope I don't get burnt. Okay, Incinerate can burn, so that is one thing that I actually have to be very wary of. Okay, I am playing with fire, quite literally. Speed. I have to go for 2x speed. Okay, that's... I don't know why you went for that, for rock throw. Ardent? Yeah, okay. I'm hoping, chat, I'm hoping It's either Rock Throw or Harden. Okay, at least it didn't burn. Okay. Echoed Voice. Okay. I should be faster. What's my special attack? 28. Okay. This section of the run is gonna boil down to whether or not this will actually one-shot. Whew, okay, good. That had a slightly better than 50% chance of it actually one-shotting it. If it didn't one-shot, good chance Marsh Stomp would have gotten knocked out. Okay. We are fine, and this Wailord's nothing. Okay, that was a good Brendan fight. This is one of those fights that can potentially be really problematic, but thankfully, no issue whatsoever. We just wait until this. Yeah, he was gonna. There we go. Oh my god! Wow, that was close. Oof. We're gonna get just one of these Lepa berries. They are good for recovering move PP, which I will always be grateful for. Although usually, by this point, that gets a little bit more. It becomes like one of those like, okay, putting a hat in a hat. It becomes a little bit redundant, but for Marathon's sake, I'd rather be safe than sorry and just lose those like 10 seconds it gets to get them. So now we're just gonna go to Marvel, get our bike. And get the Mach Bite. Nope, no, we're not. Well, we do not want to switch bikes. And then I'm just gonna, from the get-go, just register, make it a lot easier on us. Okay, so now here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to turn off the experience share. There is a point to this, believe it or not. And we are going to be, and first, actually, no. I was gonna do something I literally can't, not yet. Bulldoze. Now I can teach Bulldoze. Bulldoze is, on its own, not the greatest move in the world. It's a physical attack, yeah, it's a physical ground type move that base damage only does 60. However, two things. One, we're going to get rid of Echo Voice. So say goodbye to Echo Voice. We hardly knew ye. But two things. One, the same type attack bonus gives it, I believe, a 30% boost in this game. No, I think it's 50%. Now we're going to go over here. The gym is over here. Right. So same type attack bonus, 60, already pretty good. That puts it practically on par with Earthquake almost. And then the Soft Sand makes ground type moves 20%. I keep forgetting to not match B in these. There we go. So it does. So ultimately, Soft Sand, same type attack bonus plus Bulldoze does more than base power non-stab Earthquake. So it's a lot. So it is still pretty darn good. This. Let me see. This one shot. It's Oh, I barely one-shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna be healing after this. Okay. Forgot this Ralt's new magical... Wait, can Ralt even learn Magical Leap at this? I don't think it can. Judge? Ban this trainer, please? Judge? By the way, shout out to Wally. We'll hear much later on, but shout out to Wally for having one of the best themes, battle themes in the entire franchise, in my opinion. We get Rock Smash, not needed right this second, but we are gonna be needing it very soon. Although it's magically level 17 or appreciate it. Thank you, Zeraldon. Why? Why does it know? Why would it know magical? Okay, fine. I swear they only did it just to give routes a different move that wasn't confusion. Also, I should probably heal. That's probably a great idea, don't you think, chat? I should probably heal at some point. In fact, I should probably heal after this fight, believe it or not. Okay, I want to see what my attack stat is. Get that? 41. So what's it? 39? Oh, wow. That was a less than 50% chance of that bulldoze not KOing the routes. Okay. By the way, don't you just love it how I said I need to heal, and I just didn't heal? I'm such a great Pokemon speedrunner. Okay, now we should heal, like, right now. So, Ralph learned Disarming Voice at level 11. The Magical Leap is Ralph's third attacking move in this game. What? But they really wanted to give Ralph a lot of shine, which is really funny. It's really funny that they gave Ralph a lot of special attacking moves, given that the main big thing about that evolution line was a physical Mega Evolution with Mega Gallade and not Mega, you know. Hold on. Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. I just had a momentary brain fog moment. What the? There we go. I don't know what just happened. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Although granted, Ralph, there'd be no point to Ralph really learning physical moves this early on, that early on. But I still find it funny how they gave Ralph so many more special moves, as opposed to try to give make it a little bit more as a when it turns into Gallade. Right. I should be fine. This fight isn't really all that tough. It's really all a matter of making sure that I have that I'm fast enough, and I'm pretty sure I am. However, am going to be still taking a safety X speed. Yeah, this fight is incredibly easy. It's one of the biggest strengths of having Mudkip as your starter, is that moments like these, it just kind of turns the boss fights into a joke. And just like that, we now have batch number 3. Cool, Volt Switch. We will never be using... I don't think we're going to be using a single move that we are given throughout this entire run. Yep, hello. There we go. All right, now this is kind of where... Actually, no. The difficulty is going to start somewhat ramping up a tiny bit from this point onwards. Not right this moment, but it's usually this section where, like, pretty soon-ish, we're going to be seeing a lot of hard fights coming up. Okay. And also, there's a certain route where I actually would have to try to focus, because if I don't, it's gonna result in a massive several minute time loss if I get like the wrong fight. Ooh, revive, free money. Oh, there we go. All right. Not worried about health because we get a free heal here, so no worries whatsoever. Oddly enough, for some of the fights that we have coming up, or like in this section, all the way to Flannery, the next gym leader, there's a lot of really tough fights. Flannery, oddly enough, kind of isn't. Is not one of those hard fights. Okay, that's really unfortunate. I don't think this picnicker has some... It's Gulpin. Okay, I bulldoze. Although it might live... Well, no, it shouldn't live. It shouldn't live. The thing... Soft Sand Stab, and... It should one-shot it. Even with Gulpin's impressive physical defense. There we go. Hey, at least we got to level 22. Mud Bomb. No, actually. Gonna wait for this hiker. I need to put it on Super Repels. Amazing how I didn't get a single encounter at that point. That's actually really, really impressive that I didn't get it, especially with bike on the bike. Person berries, very, very important that we get these, because they are somewhat vital to a few fights coming up. I'm taking a safety save here because this is going to be a really potentially rough one. This Ace Trainer has 3 Pokemon, all extremely annoying. Electrike, Big... No, well, the last 2 are annoying. Electrike is not annoying at all. We just one-shot it with Bulldoze. Bagon is going to require 2 Bulldozes, unless we get really lucky and get a lucky crit here. And then Makuhita is also going to be really annoying, which is going to require me to do an X attack, which... in all my previous runs, or nearly all of them, I keep forgetting to I keep forgetting to use the X attack. But I'm pretty sure this Makuhita, it's gonna lead with Detect, or something that's gonna make me regret using Bulldoze. Oh yeah, Fake Out. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Did just enough. Okay. All right, everybody, who wants to learn about secret bases? Because we're gonna learn about secret bases. Also, Evans in chat for this dude who clearly looks like he has not slept in ages. Superpower is always it's a cool move, but my guy, is it worth it? Is it worth, you know, with all the lack of sleep in this game that you seemingly have experienced? Like, you are so tired. Your eye bags have started to triangulate, or try to take the shape of a triangle. Okay, I'm gonna take this is gonna look a little bit weird in a second. I'm going to be taking a safety save. You may be wondering to yourself, why are we taking a safety save at this particular juncture? We're gonna try and avoid now. Now, if I did everything right, I should not be encountering a yeah, okay, we're good. By the way, this is the portion of that. By the way, we get another heal. No reason. We're just getting a free heal. We could have potentially faced off against a trainer that another ace trainer that would have been really, really rough. Okay, this Trapinch. We'll see if this thing can withstand a bulldoze. If not, rock smash. But yeah, this is the part of the run that can potentially lose me a lot of time. Wait, you can do it? Yeah. If I get any more hits or any more trainer fights before we get to the next town, if I do, I'm automatically I'm resetting. I'm doing a soft reset. That's why I'm going to take a safety save right now. Not even kidding. It will take me like 2 to 3 minutes if I actually don't get if I actually get unlucky with and encounter a fight. What the? Okay. Okay, Chad, you saw that. That lady was not looking at me. I'm fine with this one because it's a Nummel. Who cares? We're one-shotting it. That's not the trainer I was worried about. It was a Ninja Boy that had like 2 or 3 coughings. And the only move that we could do, damaging move we could do, is Rock Tomb or Rock Smash. And neither of those was going to do anything. All right. Phew. I'm just gonna take the free heal. Why not? Yeah, I did spend a little bit more on. I did take a little bit more extra bulldozers than I should have. Somewhat careless. The Nummel, okay, that lady was looking up. That was north where she was looking, and I still got the fight off her. Like, why? How? That's fine. It's not the end of the world. All right. We are kind of rolling along pretty nicely so far. Gotta be really careful with just getting some of these fights. Trying to avoid some of these fights coming up. I believe my attack stat is good enough to where I can just simply just rock smash twice or 3 times. That's also cool. Yeah. Not a big deal whatsoever. Gotta be careful with... Ah. Ooh, Durella, that would be... I actually would be very interested. Ooh. We're getting some good math. We're getting some math lesson in here. Okay. There we go. I'm usually pretty careless when it comes to movement there. Wait, also, am I running out of... I ran out of repels, didn't I? I don't think that... I'm gonna take this full heal because I'm very superstitious about stuff. I've done dozens and dozens of marathon runs. Half a dozen runs at GDQ, on GDQ platforms. I have seen it all with stuff going awry. Oh. All right, I just gotta hope that this fight is, in my experience, I don't really have much of an issue or don't have that much of a problem with this fight. This is still one of those fights that can go pretty awry. Oh boy, yeah, yeah. Yep. That is. Oh goody. Oh goody. Intimidated and I'm gonna super potion. Swaggered, failed the roll, and I get self-destruct critted. Ah, that's not gonna be nervous. Naturally, it's kind of not ideal. I'm going to let. I know I'm gonna go full heal for that extra full heal. Fine. Easy rock smash. Okay, level 24, not bad, not bad. Like this is now numble, but oh my god, that... See what I mean? You never know what happens in these marathon runs. I'm like, okay, I'll take this full heal just in case. Normally, runners don't usually go for that full heal. I get swaggered. Okay, at least I'm +2. Then self-destruct comes, and I nearly get one-shotted. From a freaking coughing. And I didn't save beforehand, too, so that would have been doubly bad. Anyways, appreciate people coming into the chat, including you, Tara. Thank you for the good luck. 116 is your lucky number. Ooh. Let's see. 24 HP, 10 attack, 30 defense, 12 special attacks, 0 special defense, 28 speed, naive nature. Okay, at least it's a naive nature, which I'll take. Like, if I were to have one non-neutral nature, it would definitely be something that does lower your special defense. Because special defense doesn't not factor in too much into this game. It's maybe the least relevant stat for Mudkip. Fighting type hidden power. Interesting. But yeah. Yeah, so basically, I got a speedy tank, which... Oh boy, that's definitely That is definitely an IV spread of all time for a Mudkip. 10 attack though. Yeah, that's. I don't know how I'm gonna. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Especially with the last fight, technically the second to last fight that we'll have with Marshtomp, which is Norman, our dad. I'm dreading. I'm so dreading that fight. Oh, that's fine. That'll be. Oh, wait, did I actually? Okay, I thought I hit B, and I thought that I said no. Let me just get the. Oh, there's a hidden item here. There we go. Okay, now back to shopping, everybody. We're gonna be doing so much shopping. Actually, no, right? I do. Keep forgetting. Gotta sell first. Gotta sell. Comet shard. Boatload of money. Uh, 15 hyper potions. I'm gonna take one revive because we got a free revive back in the back with that rock smash rock. So I don't feel it is that imperative to have to be doing. I don't feel it is that imperative to get a second revive, if I'm being real. Yeah, so far, yeah, for any pace pals going on right now, we are right now about 3 minutes ahead of my PB, believe it or not. Unlucky. All right, fine. Random Geodude loses us about 15 seconds as we try to escape. Not the end of the world. Hold on. Usually really not. I'm really pretty bad at with that circle pad. Now, time to use max repels and keep using max repels till the end of the run. Like, realistically, the hope here is that I don't encounter a single wild Pokemon for the rest of the run. But yeah, it makes sense now why that magical leaf about like a half hour ago did that much damage. Because yeah, you're right. Literally the worst. I don't think I've ever had that even in all my million casual playthroughs in Pokemon is to have negative a stat with a negative nature and still be put at 0 IVs. That's actually that's amazing. I'm glad it was on that stat of fault. If it had to be one stat, I'm so glad it was on. Oops. I'm so glad it was on the special defense. Any other stat? Oh boy, that could have been beyond disastrous, I should say, and necessitated a third reset to try and fish something better. Let's see, assurance. Okay, no, we're good. I don't think this comping that we got coming up has self-destruct. The next one that we're gonna encounter with Tabitha, yes. All right, Rock Tomb, come on. All right. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Rock Tomb already has less than 100% accuracy and -2. Oh, that's gonna be that's really gonna be really bad. Really? -2 accuracy, and I still actually got the Rock Tomb off. That's really... Marshtomp, you're the GOAT. I already... Give it up for Marshtomp. Just the absolute legend. Okay, heal. And... Actually, no, not yet. Not yet. The Prison Berry will not come into play right now. But yeah, the main thing to watch out is this coughing that can do self-destruct. Right now, I believe Marton's HP is at a point where not even a critical will take it out from this point in health. But never be too. I think I'm still fine. No, I think I'm still fine. Need self-destruct. There we go. Yeah, we are good. And then Nummel to get us to level 25, and actually a good point to have an idea of where my stats are at this point. Defense stat is pretty good. HP stat's pretty good. 50. Okay. I have a okay. Okay. Personberry. So this is the strat that we're about to employ. We actually want to get confused, because the only way to get confused here is through a move called Swagger from the Mightyena that is about to come up. That Mightyena with its Swagger will confuse us, but it will also increase our attack by 2 stages. And that's actually what we want. And the Person Berry automatically heals confusion when it's held and we encounter through it. So that'll be... So yeah, we're basically kind of trying to bait out the Swagger. We start out with an X speed. Beautiful. Perfect. I am going to be needing... I'll use 2... Okay, never mind. That Swagger... Okay. Need a full heal here again. And just like that, we should one-shot the Mariana. Yeah, yep, good. Actually, really good news that I only used 1 X attack. Even though the attack stat was not good, and the original plan was actually supposed to be using a second X attack, because I have no faith in my and trying to roll for a chance at one-shotting it at +2, but we are totally fine because we got swaggered a second time, which is not usually something that happens. It doesn't always happen. Yeah, Bogart, if he did pull out a Mega Stone, oh my god, and we got Mega Camerupt, oh my goodness, that would have been... Honestly, actually, it wouldn't have been that bad, because +4 stab, super effective, I think we still would have... I'm pretty sure we still would have one-shot it. Scary as all hell, but I think we still would have been fine. And just like that, we are on to Lava Ridge Town. Yeah, if you start on the left, if you go immediately left starting out, you just have a straight shot downwards. Just like that, it is time for our next gym. Okay. This one is notorious in the original games because it was very confusing as heck, and you're just kind of playing, you were just basically guessing where you needed to go. And here you kind of do, but at least it's a little bit nicer looking. Love the theming of it being like a hot spring. Which is the whole point. The whole gimmick of this town is the fact that it's famous for its hot springs. So I like that it's much more clear on that. Oh, that's right. You're not a spinner, but I can go behind you and avoid battling you. If this actually goes well, I might actually still save even more time on my PB. Back at which would put me at over 3 minutes ahead of my PB. Obviously, we're not even halfway through the run, but this is a pretty solid start, all things considered. Given that the Marsh Stomp that we got after 3 failed it, like, you know, looking back, maybe I probably should have kept that first Marsh Stomp. It's a little late on that, but I'm still pretty happy with this Marsh Stomp that we got. We only have like only a few fights left anyway, so not like it matters too much. Okay, let me actually equip this off sand really quickly. Nope, come on. All right, there we go. Now this Flannery fight shouldn't be that much of a problem. Well, I shouldn't say that. Attack stat is a little under, it is below average, and it's not like we're over level, so, ooh, this will be interesting for sure. Also, I just love how she's, like, so nervous that she has to, like, put up this facade of being, like, super tough, when meanwhile she is just an absolute sweetheart. I tell you, Flannery is by and large my favorite gym leader in this game. All right, not bad on the slug. Ah, cool. Crit, pointless critical. Gotta love those. We actually have not been in. It is not a guaranteed 2-hit KO, but it's like a 3.5% chance for this to not do a hit KO. Yeah, good. We're so good. And just like that, batch number 4. Now comes pain. This is arguably the most stressful part of this entire run. Okay, now, but first I need to lock in and make sure I make the correct decision. Yes, we are going to Petalburg right now. Okay, good. Because otherwise, Oh, it's gonna be absolute pain. It's gonna be absolute pain. So yeah, so this one, it's just a bunch of normal types, and getting to Norman is also really, really tricky because there are plenty because there's a lot of fights in here that can give you a ton of problems. You have to worry about critical hits with one particular fight. Actually, all these fights you have to be very, very wary of. Like, in fact, I might take a safety save. Not after this fight, but after the next fight afterwards. It's not the end of the world if I don't save and I end up losing. Mainly because we have a lot of it's not much back traveling I have to do. Oh, okay, that's not good. It's 4 KO. Yeah, this is where the issue of the attack stat being low is coming into play. I fell asleep. Oh my goodness. Okay. Full heal. Marstop, we need to... Marstop, please lock in. There we go. Yeah, and the guy with the ape with legendary tier. Okay, but two things can be correct. You know. Chat, I hear you. I hear you. The slacking... It's not just legendary tiers. It, like, depending on how it... And depending on which legendary, it's better than legendary. It's still a bunch of normal types that I'm definitely afraid of. In fact, I have a feeling that if I don't take a save here, I'm going to... my words are going to be served on me on a silver platter for me to get to eat. Oh yeah, Dread. Doubles with slacking and you have skill swap. It's a cheat code. It's a literal cheat code. Going for an X attack here. Use Covet. Okay. Okay. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse, but I'm happy it didn't. I'm happy it did not. This is the fight that really has me, that also has me extremely worried. I'm gonna use up some of these potions. No need to use a hyper potion here. I mean, I'm not fully healed, but it's only by 2. And what are the odds that's actually going to come back and bite me? Chat, get ready to clip me eating my own words right now. Okay, that actually should be fine. Okay, I'm going to... Okay, no, we're good. Wow, we got really lucky there. We got really lucky there. We did not get hit once. That's incredibly lucky. All right. Who's ready for the hardest fight of the first half of the run? I'm not, but hey, oh boy. Here we go. Our dad. No, we're good. Don't need to heal anything. Okay. This one is going to require an immense amount of setup. If the setup works, and we also get a little bit lucky with Norman not trying to destroy us, this won't be terrible, but I can foresee this being a massive issue. Okay, here comes Slacking number 1. For those of you who don't know, Slacking, his stats are literally legendary levels of good. The only thing that, the thing is, it's nerfed by the fact that it has the ability Truant, which means every other turn, it literally can't attack. Literally cannot attack. Ooh, okay. Yawn is interesting. We're gonna go for an X attack here. Retaliate. Okay. Not gonna do a ton. I'm gonna go for a third X attack just because I am worried about. Okay, I'm gonna go for Hyper Potion here. To make it still think that I'm gonna be asleep. Because I don't want to be asleep by, I want to be put to sleep now. Retaliate. Okay. Okay, and we got a good damage roll too. Okay, Bulldoze. It's faster, that's interesting. And that's Finna. I'm gonna go for a little bit of Rock Smash here. Okay, great. This is not going well. If ever there was a time for me to get a lucky crit, now would be the time. Okay, I'll take an Encore. I'll take an Encore too. Okay, Retaliate should not be an issue right now. And I believe... I don't think this Bulldoze is going to one-hit KO. Yeah. Oh, it does one-hit KO. Okay. Interesting. Retaliate is definitely going to KO me now if I don't do anything about it. Chip away. Oh, chip away. Yeah, chip away was also gonna do. I'm gonna play the safer game. Hopefully, it's gonna three hit KOs. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm playing the long game on this one. Playing the long game for sure. Wait, don't you have a citrus berry? Or don't you have a berry of some sort? Okay. Okay. And that's it. We've beaten Norman. That could have gone... Yeah, with this attack stat, it's really up against the ropes here, but... I'm like, I lost over a minute on my PB. Granted, we're still over 3 minutes ahead of my PB. Like over 3.5 minutes, like roughly 3.5 minutes ahead of my PB at this point right now. I'm fine with this time loss because the situation and the circumstances made it so this was a really, really hard Norman fight to go up against, but why did I heal? Because I am a scaredy baby. I also was not entirely sure. I wasn't entirely sure if I was faster, if I'm being real. Anyway, it's fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Like, granted, I will limit. I'm going for, like, playing a lot more conservative. Because this March time really was not ideal, but it's fine. Now we're gonna have, like, we're gonna have a great Latios. We're gonna have Perfect speed, perfect special attack. We're gonna have, it's gonna be a modest nature, Latios. We're gonna be fine. Okay, wait. I don't want to use up any more items to heal, so I'm just gonna go for... I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center. Why not? And now, time to teach you some new moves. Let's see. Strength over Rock Tomb. And Surf over Mudshot. All right, we're pretty darn good right now. All right, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed our time with the lovable Marshtomp, but we have only one more fight, and then afterwards, we must bid it adieu for something quite literally legendary. But it's been a fun one. It's been I've been pretty happy with this run so far. Several minutes ahead of PB. I'm pretty stoked to be able to showcase this run for this event. Like, this game has become quickly one of my favorite new games to speedrun this year. This and Ghostling Yard has been like the two games I've picked up this year and have grown to absolutely love running the most out of this year. I absolutely love some of the music they put in this game. Like, this is one of my absolute favorite tracks in the entire remake. Like, so much of this game, in terms of the redesigns, the remixes, the new music, the quality of life changes, like, it's really, really nice that they've gone ahead and done this for Omega Ruby and FS Sapphire. Still a little salty. Anybody else also just as salty as I am over the fact that they teased the Battle Frontier only to never show it ever? Because for those of you who don't know, in Pokemon Emerald, there was a post-game battle facility called the Battlefront. It was like a battling theme park where you had 7 different facilities, and each of them had their own gimmick. One you could use rental Pokemon, one you could use it was like a never-ending gauntlet of battles. One, your Pokemon themselves choose to move. The other is like a bracket, like March Madness tournament style bracket. And then after, in the post game of this game, there's a new area called the, I believe in this one it's called the Battle Maison. And there was an area, the small little tiny area, with like a diorama of the Battle Frontier saying something like, Battle Frontier coming soon or something to that effect. And they just never followed up with it. But yep, that was our last fight with Marshtomp. Now, well, technically it's not our last fight with Marshtomp. You'll see why about 40 minutes from now. Okay, first, we'll take a look at the stats in a second. You're no, you're not a trainer. First, we pick up this elixir. And then we just go in and... Hello. There we go. Oh my goodness. I was trying to find that was one small little area to bike through. You just could not. Okay. Gonna go teach Sir... Okay. I can't look. I think this is a new heal pulse. I want to say that is a neutral nature. I couldn't quite tell. I didn't see any discoloration on anything else. So also, well, actually, I want to commit to memory. What I did not pay attention. 86 and 80. I think 80. Actually, no. 86 is pretty good. 86 special attack is really good. All right, and you've got to use the PP max on the Luster Purge. Oh, I was not paying attention. Okay. That's... It's fine. 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 PP max not on Luster Purge. Not the end of the world. Could potentially create some problems later on. Cross that bridge. That's all I'll say. It's fine. Funny enough, I know it's gonna be fine because actually on my last PB I actually did the exact same thing, and the run ended up being fine. So that's how I know it's gonna be fine. But it is not gonna be easy. I will tell you that. Not gonna be easy. But yeah, last was Marshtomp as main. Yes and no. Marshtomp will be involved in a fight. It will not be the Pokemon in the #1 slot. Let me specify saying that was the last time Marshtomp will be in battle as the #1 Pokemon in slot #1. How's that? Okay, 86 special attack is pretty good. I think that's actually max. I think that's literally a max special attack IV. 80, someone fact check me. I think 80 is also really, really good. So all in all, I got what I asked. I wanted an incredibly high special attack and an incredibly high speed. 8680 is really good. So I'm not worried at all. Not worried at all. cool. We got cast form. Unfortunately, not relevant, or rather, cast form himself is not relevant. However, it is holding an item called the Mystic Water, which is relevant. We are going to be equipping that over Latios. Oh, I forgot there's a move item option in here as opposed to. Oh wait. Actually, I don't think I'm pretty sure we didn't even get hit once, so I'm just gonna keep forging on. I am gonna save though, because we got a Brendan fight coming in about 2 seconds. $86 special attack has 10 IV. It's really 10? Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. I could have sworn. I have had Latioses with starting in the low 90s, but I couldn't quite remember if it was purely from a great IV or just straight up with a special attack increasing nature. Can I get another dragon? Ooh, paralysis. All right, this fight's going extremely well. But yeah, 86 is definitely I think like the bare minimum I could ask for without having to waste away turns to set up. Okay, yeah. Okay, the speed is perfect, not the special attack. Gotcha. I don't even think I even need to. Pretty sure I don't even need to heal. Or to like recover PP. Pretty sure I can't. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so far the Latios segment has been off to a pretty solid start, all things considered. And if we could just avoid a trainer here. Wait. The Devon scope looks so goofy in this game. I kind of love it, actually. In fact, they only need to check for the 6th batch at Poké League because all the other ones are needed to reach it. I did actually learn that very recently from an ADF video, which I actually find hilarious. It's the fact that the game is only programmed to check if you have batch number 6. Because like of all the immense amount of things to do to sort of get to this point and beyond. So like, for example, like it's games like, well, hold on, well, why only the 6? Why not 7th and 8th? Well, in order to reach Evergrande City, you need to know Waterfall and be able to use Waterfall. And to use Waterfall, you need to be able to have batch number 8, which, you know, if you're able to do that, then, you know, the game the programmer's not like that. If you got to Evergrande City, then, you know, what's the point of like programming a check if it was able to get to Evergrande City anyway? That's unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Okay, it's a Swablu, not... Alright. Fine, we'll give it a quick surf, and... Or two quick surf? Okay, now... Okay, now we got to waste one it's one potion, whatever. But also, in order to actually be able to have get to batch 8, you will need to complete the story in a way that will require you to get batch 7 for dive. I forgot. There we go. That's what I need. Okay, need to... Come on. Spinners. Thank you. There we go. All right, interesting how this is going to be set up. Okay. My special attack is right now 89. Which means I could just try it. I'm going to aim for a +2 special attack range, meaning I only need to I need to just give it two special attacks. However, that the setting up alone is not enough. I'm going to need Swallow to play ball. And I'm going to need it to... Okay. See, that's what I don't want, is double team. That's what I don't want, double team again. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Wow, accuracy and evasiveness checks have not mattered at all in this run. They have not mattered one bit. No need to learn recover because we have healing items. And hyper potions do more anyway. In most instances. I didn't one shot. Oh my goodness. And then 2 luster purges. Yeah, see, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. And just like that, I'm back to over 4.5 minutes ahead of my PB. Not bad. Not a bad run, if I do say so myself. For someone like me. Now it's really a game of avoid every single trainer you can possibly come across until we just get to Mount Pyre. Okay. Mostly in the clear. Ooh, nugget. Are you a spinner that goes down? You are. Okay. I'm gonna take That's not the person berry. That's an Aspir berry. This is what I was looking for. The person berries. The Aspir berries really are not going to do anything. Though I believe all they do is heal. Oh, not you. You. You are the one I need to talk to recover to get a free full heal. Aspir berries aren't. I believe they heal frozen, which really isn't going to come into play except for one fight. And if everything goes well with the setup, it's not even. It's not even going to be a problem, actually. Actually, no, it is not going to be an issue whatsoever. Oh, come on. Let's see. Making sure that I don't... There we go. Yeah, that part is usually a little bit tricky if you're not careful, because there's a lot of trainers in there, and if you're not, and if you don't take good care of where you're stepping, you could be dragged into a fair number of decent long fights. But yeah, hopefully everyone has been having a lot of fun with this run. I certainly have, for sure. We still have about, I'm gonna say we have another like 90 minutes or so before the run ends, but I'm real happy. I just want to take a quick moment, and while we're kind of going for this like section that honestly I'm not even that concerned at all about. Want to take a moment to thank really long Thon for giving me the opportunity to not just do this run, but do 3 runs this month, which is just absolutely incredible for a first time on the main marathon event that this group organizes every like twice every year, if I remember correctly. And to showcase just a lot of the games that I just absolutely love. Okay. I believe that special attack was 95, so I think we're fine. It's in Luster Perch range for sure. It's not gonna one shot. Ooh, yeah, Assurance gonna do a lot. Yeah, this is the one fight, and arguably the one fight here where if you're not really careful with your HP, and you took damage beforehand, probably a good idea to save, or not save, but heal beforehand. Funny enough, this is the hardest fight out of this quartet, including this one. Because I believe in this one, it's just one camera up and you're done. Okay. Yeah. See what I mean? Real easy. But a quick question for everyone in chat. What was your preference growing up? I'm not talking about games. I'm talking about box legendaries between Kyogre and Groudon. I personally am more of a fan of the. I'm teaching it over Psycho Shift. I was a massive fan of Kyogre. I just loved how cool it looked. With like, and also the whole strat of automatic rain and having 100% accuracy in thunder, which I used so much when I was a kid. Okay, healing the Fool. I'm seeing multiple people going with Groudon. There is something really cool about Groudon for sure. I love both legendaries I've come to learn. I just personally was a bigger fan of how Kyogre looked and the stuff you could do with it. You need 5x speed, 1 guard spec, actually, I have a nugget that I got a little bit ago. I need 11 max repels. Yeah. No. Max full restores. Where's the full restore here? I'll go 9s for now, and then just go for... Actually, no. I'm gonna go for 2. Just really min-max the amount of the amount of money we can use up. Most people would go for okay. First of all, I think I would probably agree just because of how like cool and powerful it is. But follow-up question. This has been something I've been struggling with for years also. Do you call him Rayquaza or Rayquaza? There is an official answer from the Pokemon Company, and there is an actual right answer to it. Because for a long time, I call it Rayquaza. It just sounds better, but I know officially it is pronounced Rayquaza. And that is the one hot take I have when it comes to Pokemon pronunciations, is that it should be called Rayquaza, not Rayquaza. That is my hot take. All right, this should be a pretty easy. It's a pretty easy section because it's just a bunch of surf and like 1 Golbat. But what I am curious to see what my special attack is right now. It should be like a 98, 99, 98. Okay. Yeah, with that kind of IV, it was not going to be 99. It was going to be 98. Actually, the range I should have been thinking about 97 to 98, 98 to 99. All right, let's see. Lugia, Groudon, Palkia, Xerneas. Okay, Miraidon. Okay, a fellow Miraidon enjoyer. Okay, up top. You know, love me Miraidon as well. Koraidon is cool, but I love Miraidon. I love Miraidon more, if I'm being real. You like Koraidon's animations way more. You know, that's actually, you know, that's fair. That's a pretty respectable take. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, now that I'm thinking, because I have Scarlet. My partner has Violet. So I've seen both. I've seen cutscenes for both. Okay, what's my... I think damage. Do I really want to go for it with... Yeah. Even though I only have 4 Luster Purges left, I feel pretty confident that it's enough. The real question here is going to be being able to live long enough for Latios to be able to take out Sceptile without the need of Dual Chop. Without Dual Chop being much of a hindrance. Now, this fight is incredibly difficult, let me tell you. Swallow here is going to try to take use double team again, which, yippee. Let's see. Battle items. 1 special attack. Right up. Speed is pretty good, so I don't need to go for an X speed right now. Oh my god, 2 double teams on the Swallow for the 2nd straight fight, and still can't actually do anything to me. Okay, and I'm at full health. Okay, detect, no issue. Hey, I ain't got a problem with that. You gotta be kidding me. Brendan! My dude, you've been just making misplays left and right. What are we doing, bro? Your one chance of actually doing something to me, and you chose to do Slam. Not Dual Chop, which is 2 hits, meaning potentially 2 chances at a critical. And it does... And it's super effective against Latios. You know... I'm not... That was a bold move, and didn't work out. That's all I'll say. I think I only used up 1 Luster Perk, so I don't think I'm in... I don't think I'm in trouble. Although, let me check really quickly. If there's... I'm hoping for... Oh, there's 2... Okay, well, this is why we got that extra Lepo Berry. Would not have been an issue if I had not tapped A too fast and gone for and accidentally increased Surf instead of Luster Purge. That's fine. Oh, that scared me for a second. Why did I? Okay, okay, that was. Why did I use? Okay, why did I? Why did I use? Am I really gonna take it? Am I really gonna die right now? No. Boy, that was dumb of me. I nearly died to a random IDNA because I accidentally hit Luster Purge, and yeah, the less said about that, the better. Let's just leave it at that. But I am now going to need to use up a hyper potion, which is fine because we bought extras. It's not the end of the world here. All right. Right, middle, right, far, right. That is the puzzle here that we're about to do. Because this is what we need to go. This area is optional, like technically it is optional, but we need it because there is because in that upper left corner is our master ball, just sitting there, ready to take. The other two corners, the upper right and lower left one, they are both electrodes, which I believe all they'll do is self-destruct, if I remember correctly. Gotta be worried for the spinner. There we go. All right, I see people are still trying to share their favorite legendaries. One legendary is Kid Leader, you mentioned Yveltal. Fun little fact about me. I was, before I became a speedrunner, I was a competitive Pokemon player. Like, we're talking like BGC and everything. I traveled to a bunch of different, regionals. Not a bunch, but a fair number of regionals from like end of Gen 5 to start of Gen 7. And at the point where during the time where Yveltal was legal, it was one of the two legendaries I had. It was either Yveltal or Zapdos that I had on my team. Also, apologies. The frame rate is gonna drop real bad. For a hot second right now. Actually, no, it didn't drop nearly as much as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, Lugia, Ho-Ho, or Suicune? Oh, Suicune for me. Yeah, Suicune is definitely my favorite. Out of those three, if I had to pick three, it's Suicune for me all day. Without a doubt. But on the subject, you mentioned Suicune. Okay, now comes the favorite trio of legendaries. No, Gen 1 would be the birds, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. Gen 2, the legendary beasts. Gen 3, I'm not counting the box legendaries, the weather trio. I'm asking more specifically out of Gen 3, the Regis trio, because I find them fascinating. And so many different regards from a design standpoint, from a lore standpoint. That anyone else had looked up online how to read Braille in order to actually be able to complete the quest or to unlock the Regis, or did y'all just simply look up online the answers to those riddles where you need to get a Wailord, a Relicanth, a number of things just to be able to unlock the Reggies. Big Pearl. Could always use more money. I don't think I'm in deep trouble. Well, I'm gonna heal just in case. You never know. Okay, this is another instance where I kind of have to lock in for a second. The gym puzzle here can be incredibly annoying, and sometimes I have a tendency of forgetting how to solve this. So I'm gonna take it extra careful. Oh, thank goodness that went fine. Okay, I'm gonna save just in case, but I'm 99% sure which of the two I need to go is over here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna... Yeah, no. That's also why I saved, just to... because it's faster to do a soft reset than to have to go for that fight, I think. I was playing with fire there for a quick second. I mean, I could have gotten the extra EXP, but I'd rather try and save time. Yeah. And if all goes well, I believe that I'm going to be back to saving time again, compared to PB. I just realized something. I forgot to take Catsworm out of the party. This is not going to be an issue, but that is something I need to be very wary of right now. Very, very wary. Because I have to be extremely careful with my heals. I actually should not go to a Pokemon Center from here all the way until the end of Victory Road. Because I need Marshtomp to be fainted. It is going to sound weird, but having Marshtomp fainted is actually going to end up being a time save during Victory Road later on. Battle items, and we're gonna go for special attack. Okay, not an issue. Okay, that actually was optimal. That actually was optimal. Light screen and no. Oh wait, hold on. I messed up. Surf, and then special attack. Okay, we win. I think this should win. If not, it's not a big deal. No, we won. Yeah, no, this fight is pretty easy. Like, Solar Beam and Light Screen being set up, it's actually the optimal, I believe, it is the optimal first turn you could ask for. Oh, your mom wrote down the braille for the Reggie puzzle? Oh, no, I did something not as wholesome. What I did was I looked up online. So I looked up the not a walkthrough that just had the that it didn't have the answer like straight away. It just tells you like, oh, you just need this and this and this and so slot. It gave me like the actual translation. What I the braille. What I did was I printed it off, and mind you, I was like 8, 9 years old, and I would often lose what I printed of the braille, so I ended up printing it that page with the braille like half a dozen times, and my mom would be like really mad at me because I kept wasting paper and ink. And back in those days, paper and ink was not in Puerto Rico, not super easy to come by where I lived. So I would just like waste away paper and waste away ink and toner, just printing the same thing over and over again just because I kept losing it. So as a bit of a really tiny heads up, in about 20-ish so minutes, we're gonna be going through in a 2-minute unskippable cutscene. So depending how I'm feeling, I may get up and just take a quick bio break, or I might just power through. One or the other. We'll see. I'm gonna teach dive onto Mars Stomp because that's what we need. Onto Bulldoze, literally the only move we can... Literally the only move we can override at this point, because HMs could not be overridden by this point in the franchise unless you were a add a move deleter. I love the dive music in this game. Ooh, the emotion trio is a really good shout. That's often not a trio I often hear as like people's favorite or one that they really like. I like them tremendously. Uxie, Aself, and Mesprit, I think, are, from a lore standpoint as well, fascinate. Really another... Okay, fine. Would have preferred an item or just nothing at all, actually. I would have preferred nothing, but... It is what it is. That's fine. Okay. I thought for a moment he was gonna go up. That's why I did not do anything. I momentarily forgot. This puzzle always stumps me as a kid. When it comes to figuring out the correct path to take. Mainly this and the next one. Well, I solved that one extremely quickly. Never mind. Oh, it's over here. I forgot. Huh. Burger in chat saying Zamazenta, Zacian, and Eternatus are considered a trio. I'm with you on the opinion that it should not be considered a trio. I don't think that's a trio. I think that should be considered a duo. Yeah, I don't think I'm fully on board with calling those three a trio. Zacian and Samacenta, yeah, they're absolutely a duo. Eternatus, I mean, yes, I mean those three of them are connected through the story, but like really more so for plot reasons, I guess. I don't know. Not. Okay. Let me. Trying to remember how this puzzle worked. Oh wait, hold on. This puzzle is really annoying for me. I always forget. Now I remember. Yep, now I remember how this puzzle was done. It always takes me like a hot second for me to figure out which boulder I should push where. Hey look, Earthquake. The TM for Earthquake. Yep, we are not going to be needing it. As weird as that sounds, we're actually not going to be needing it because Groudon already is going to learn Earthquake. Reggie Trio or the Quintuplet. Wouldn't it technically be considered a sextuplet? Because I'm assuming you're not counting Regigigas as part of that group of 5. Although I guess they would kind of consider it. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird that we have now 6 Reggies. Yeah, oh, gosh. Okay, we're thinking the exact same thing. All right. Remember that guard spec I said at the very, not the very start, but a while back? This is why. Reason being is because this is to prevent us from being... darn. Okay. What's... Oh, no. Yeah, to avoid getting hit with Scary Face and the loss. Fell for a taunt, but I'm not really doing anything. Special attack. Okay. All right, and after this, should be good. Yeah, we are good to go. Yeah, we're gonna cruise through this now. Just Luster Purge. Yep. I just realized, yeah, we are pretty much done with the Latios segment. This is the last fight of the Latios segment. Technically. Or at least that Latios is gonna do anything in this fight. I don't know who in chat was asking for this or was mentioning this like over an hour ago, right before the Flannery fight. But hey, we got Mega Camerupt, and everyone say bye to Mega Camerupt. Anybody remember that that owl from, or no, not owl, that Raven from Billy and Mandy, Sir Raven, that just yells out that you mess with the natural order. Yeah, that's kind of what's about to happen right now. That is what is about to happen right now. Remember, kids, don't mess with the natural order of the weather. It is not going to end very well. By the way, Kay, I'm glad that you brought that up. Unlike an OG, that these two that the villain bosses actually used the right orbs in this time, whereas last time they used the wrong orbs, and they're like, wait, what do you mean the blue legendary didn't respond to my red orb? What? What do you mean red didn't mesh well with blue thing? Huh? Oh yeah, the chaotic weather in Pokemon Emerald, especially when after you beat the game, if depending on where that legendary got either Groudon or Kyogre got spawned, the surrounding areas and routes would also experience that weather if you're the closer you are to Groudon, which I think is a really, really cool touch. For me, I would much prefer, I very much like the heat. As someone who was born and raised in Puerto Rico, where I would, especially during the summers, I would experience temperatures in the 80s, 90s, and actually, depending on how the humidity, in the hundreds. Yeah, I would probably adjust better to the warm weather, more so than if it was like a torrential downpour. Or in Puerto Rico, that was also still a thing. That was a common occurrence, just like a ton of rain. Nope, not here. All right, come on, exposition. Let's just get this over with. We know we all know how this is gonna end. I'm going to get my Groudon. It's gonna be epic. I'm gonna have perfect attack, perfect defense. I'm gonna have perfect speed, and then high stats and everything else. It's gonna be fine. And it's gonna be adamant nature. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be adamant. It's gonna be the greatest Groudon of all time. Okay, why is Brendan here? Brendan, you're kind of not relevant to any of this. I'm curious of wondering if this is gonna save time over my PB, which right now, for anyone wondering, I am over 6 minutes ahead of my PB right now. At least as of the Thon Lysa fight. So once I have an idea of what Groudon I have, that's where oops. Did the same thing on my PB as well. I went to this room. I know I shouldn't have. Brendan, go back to the contest hall. Great. I don't know if that actually was intentional, but shout out to the Pokemon manga. I still argue with the Ruby Sapphire manga being maybe one of the best, arguably the best manga in the entire Pokemon series. I'm not even joking. It's absolutely fantastic. And what they did was they had Brendan be the one obsessed with Pokemon contests and May be the battler. Which is kind of apropos because we're playing as May in the speedrun. Like, to me, I would say the Ruby Sapphire arc of the manga it's my favorite one. And you can make a strong argument it's the best arc in the manga. Okay, I have a handy-dandy table with me that tells me what is the range of Groudon stats that I should be taking a look at. Okay, I'm gonna unfortunately put that Pikachu down real quick because oh man, I need to straighten up my back a little bit. Because admittedly, I've been a tiny bit hunched over this entire time. And I've been here for 3 hours, almost 3 hours. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Black and White. Oh, the Black and White manga is also really good. It's probably maybe my second favorite. The entire Unova manga, I think, is probably my second favorite. Okay, I think I'm gonna end up losing a tiny bit of time compared to my PB, but we're talking like minimal time loss. We're still gonna be a minute, like over 6 minutes ahead of my PB. You know, I do appreciate the fact that Groudon is doing this absolutely fantastic magical girl cutscene to kind of show just how strong it is. It's about, you know, it's kind of like a Sephiroth unleashing meteor levels of length in terms of cutscene. I do appreciate the grandiose that is Primal Reversion. Groudon becoming Primal Groudon. And just the fact that they're not even going to do anything. We're going to catch it on turn 1. Oh man! Oh wow! Wow! Groudon was caught in the Master Ball. Oh, how did How did I know that was going to happen on the first try? Wow. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. We have a, I'm not even kidding, a 2-minute unskippable cutscene. Nothing's going to happen. It's a really good time for everyone to go, stretch. Get yourself something to drink if you don't have any. I have not one, but 2 glasses of water that I've been kind of neglecting. I shouldn't be neglecting my hydration. I'm going to take full advantage of it. And yeah, you may have noticed it, like kind of at like the bottom of my camera. I've been mashing the L button and the A and B button pretty much almost nonstop throughout this entire run. My fingers have had an unreal workout today. Reason being is because text mash, even though the text speed is set to fast, we can actually get faster by a combination of like button mashing and also like tapping the touch screen or holding the touch screen. I think it's a myriad of things to try to make it even faster. On the plus side, you save an unreal amount of time. The bad side is your thumbs and your fingers are just gonna suffer tremendously. But thankfully, we're in a good place. We're in a good spot. We basically have now restarted the end game. This little cutscene is basically like, hey, congratulations. The real run starts now. I would say, just to kind of give the scheduling folk a bit of a heads up, we got about 40 minutes left. In fact, I would argue maybe a tiny bit. Yeah, let's keep it safe. 40 minutes, about 40 minutes. Oh, wow, 2 minutes. Oh, wow, 2 minutes. Yeah, it is 2 minutes. I wasn't even paying attention, but that's fine. My hands needed that so badly. But you would think to yourself, wait, 40 minutes left. We saved the world. Not Ed. Nope. You forget, we still have gym badges to collect. 1, to be more precise. We have 1 more badge, and then afterwards, it is Victory Road. I believe in terms of required fights, we are... I'm trying to keep a count in my head. I believe we only have 8 or 9 required fights left in the entire run. That's it. Elite 4, one more rival fight. I'm not going to say which one. 1 required fight at Victory Road. Actually, it might be 2 required fights at Victory Road. And then the champion. And also the champion. Or and also Wallace, our next gym. But I'm talking, yeah, so 9. I think 9 to 10 required fights, if we're counting Wallace right now. The Eon Flute, the far superior way to fly in this game, and also the only way to access certain locales that are exclusive to the remake, and also a way to get a bunch of legendaries. A lot of legendaries that you get post game, and you can to your heart's content, spend time farming and grinding a lot of really unique Pokemon that you get after the game. You know, when you don't delete your save file in preparation for a marathon run of a completely different game. That's an example. You're not saying that happens to any one particular runner you're watching right now on really, really long Thon 9. I'm just saying. Okay. Time to see what this Groudon has to offer. Let me just get... Actually, before I do, let's solve... Okay, this is serious time for me now. This is taking 1,000,000% of my focus right now. Okay, now the hardest part of the gym is over. Now comes the actual fight. Okay, Groudon. Time to see what you have. Oh, wait. Oh, no, is that nature what I think it is? Hold on. Timid nature. Oh, this is actually really bad. That's actually really, really, really bad. This is really bad. Oh, no. Perfect IV, perfect attack IV, negative nature. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. Not gonna stress about it. Not gonna stress about it. Not gonna stress about it. And then SmackDown, my favorite wrestling show. Okay, what's my speed stat? 108. Okay. At least it's perfect speed. So at least I have that. Oh my god, that's really extremely unfortunate that happened. Ah. That's okay. The good news is I have enough healing item to be able to pull be able to live setup and everything. It's not gonna be fun at all. I believe special defense is like high. Okay, so this is perfect attack, perfect speed. I couldn't quite tell if that was. I think that was also perfect attack. So yeah, that's really unfortunate, but also unfortunately I cannot reset. That is the other. But Borgard, if you're wondering like, oh, should I reset? No, I can't, because I have to fight Groudon again and go for the 2-minute unskippable cutscene again. We are taking, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to take what we can get. Yeah, perfect attack, HP, and speed. This would have been perfect. This would have been literally the perfect Groudon, if not for the nature. If not for the nature. Also, this will be the first time I ever sub, if I do this quick enough, this will be the first time I ever sub 3-hour Wallace. This is pretty darn good. Pretty darn impressive. For someone who only just picked up this game this year. But yeah, this is gonna be... It's not like a run killer or anything, but... It's still not gonna be fun. By the way, I love Wallace and his design in this game. Absolutely. It's 10 out of 10 design. It's perfect, in my opinion. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to hit no. Oops. Fine. I have no idea how many... Oh, wait, hold on. I had to fly first, believe it or not. No. Ah, darn. Darn, that's not what I meant to do. I double tapped. Can you tell I'm still flustered over the, I'm still flustered over that Groudon. Oh my goodness. Good luck on the 7.810 out of 10 too much water. Well, funny enough, we actually haven't been experiencing that much water, and we're actually kind of basically practically done with the water. 4 max repel. Wow, I only have 4 max repel. I'm actually kind of glad I decided to I need to save up my max repels now. I think I gotta pay real close attention to... I gotta really not waste any steps here. Oh, come on! Came out of nowhere, dude. Alright, fine. Tentacruel, fine. We'll waste one Earthquake on you. But only one. Oh, but then the cutscene of the drought is coming. Oh, boy. And let that be the only fight until we get to Victory Road. Really gotta be careful here. You're... Oh, come... Oh, I thought you were gonna go to the side, so I... That was on me. That honestly on me, for sure. Was it original Gen 3 where you flew from the surfing, the Pokemon got left behind? I don't... No. Not in Gen 3, for sure. Well, losing a minute here, but... As if I needed an extra speed IV from Lufdisk. As if this thing was literally... Oh, wait. Oh, really? Was it in Gen 3? I thought I remember otherwise, but I'm going to take your word for it. Oh, that's right. I got to teach Ladio's waterfall. Oops. Oops. Over Dragon Breath. Nope, not gonna use the max repel. I need to save them up for sure. I think I have just enough, but okay. PT heal Groudon, and then deposit you and you, and excisions you. Actually, not that it actually doesn't matter. But, okay, there's a reason why I set it up this way. Marsh Stomp has all the HMs I need for this dungeon. It's also fainted, meaning that we are not going to be dealing with a required double battle had we had two Pokemon that are not knocked out in the party. Okay, now we're starting using the max repels. Again, this could have all been for naught, but or I may have not needed to min max and be efficient. I'm like with my max repels, but you never know. Oops, nope. But I believe this is the one and only required fight until the next Wally fight. If I remember correctly. Oh boy. Well, process is naturally faster. It's not like that was any real surprise going second like that. Actually, no, now I remember there is, I think, like 2 more required fights. really make... Okay. Let me heal up just in case. Did take a decent amount of damage here. By the way, I've been praising this game's, singing this game's praises. The one thing I will say is a big negative, they really should not have, hit on top. Like, I don't like the way, I don't like the fact that he's not, like, upside down, spinning on his top, you know, like his namesake would indicate. That is the one thing I will say. Yeah, that's, yeah, that ain't it, Chief. No, I do. Listen, as someone who is very appreciative, and Chad, as someone who is very appreciative of capoeira, like Eddie Gordo is one of my favorite Street Fighter characters. I'm not. Wait, no, wait. Tekken. I meant Tekken. Oh, the fighting game community is never gonna let me live that down, isn't it? As much as I appreciate it, I just really like how it looks with the top, like with the spinning top. You know. Okay. I'm make. Yeah, this fight, if that March Tom was alive or had anyone in the party, that would have been a that would have been a forced fight. And that, and from what and that fight, that's not an easy fight to do, for sure. Oh man, listen, I've been doing a run for over 3 hours at this point. You gotta give me like the tiniest bit of a break here. Oh. Don't want to get at least a little bit of a break, please? Wait, hold on. Yeah, down here. Ooh, nearly. Okay, that's a spinner right there. Are you one of those that looked at? No. Okay, you look to the side. You are one of those that looked down. You just nearly faked me out there. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also what's another force fight. Have you had 2 active Pokemon in the party? Okay, yeah, we are done with the max repels. Wait, oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh, okay. Yes, I meant Eddie Gordo. Did I say Capoeira the character? Oh my god, oh my god. I should just turn in my license to be a member of the fighting game community. I'm just gonna be honest. Also, we're doing this on no save. Cool. I don't think I'm also 100% health. This is okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have the person berry still equipped. I've not needed it up to this point. My health is at almost full-ish, so okay. On 1, we're gonna Cotton Guard. Okay. I love capoeira. my favorite Soul Calibur character. Okay, we are actually, yeah, no, we are getting close. We are actually getting close to the end of the run. We are, I would say, about 20, a little over 20 minutes from now, from the end of the run. Okay. The thing to worry about is flash cannon, and I'm not in any... Wait, what? Why are you... Okay. The game likes to play jokes on me. It went for Try Attack, which had a 10% chance of doing that, instead of the Stab Flash Cannon that we now see that does more damage anyways. Okay, I'm at +4. That should not be an issue. Okay. My speed is definitely more than good enough to go first against Gallade, so I'm not worried at all. The only way is if it somehow lived a +4 stab Earthquake from a Groudon and also hit me with Leaf Blade and critted and got the biggest damage roll in the history of the franchise, then I would be worried about something, but I'm not. I cannot believe I actually went for this fight and did not save. That would have been a mega colossal failure. And actually would have put my PB in jeopardy. We are right now a little over 4.5 minutes ahead of my PB. Hey, cool, a Dawnstone. And immediately chucks it into the river next to us. Full restores. We are good to go. Ground still has the Person Berry, right? Yeah, I've not needed... Yeah, that Person Berry that I got to prepare for Wallace about 25 minutes ago has not been used yet. That's actually really funny. Actually, I'm going to check just in case. Because that is going to play a major role. And I'm not forgetting it, right? I'm not forgetting something that happened that forced the Person Berry to be. You know, I do appreciate that the rooms got a little bit more of a redesign here in the Elite Four in this game. But dude still only got a desk. Like, what? Okay, yeah. It is the Person Berry. All right, but yeah, we are now in our final, 5 fights. Pikachu the strongest Mishima, absolutely, 1000%. You know, they don't tell you in the lore that Heihachi, you know, obviously Heihachi loved, you know, loved the bear, but he secretly loves Pikachu even more. That's one of those things they don't tell you throughout the franchise. Like, the pecking order is, you know, Pikachu, then the bear, and then 20 million things, and then the, oh, wait, I should have actually done. And then, before getting into, June. Wait, what am I... Okay. I think we're gonna go for Precipice Blades here, and oh right, why did I do that? Okay, I kind of messed this up royally, so let's kind of did royally mess this up. I got ahead of myself here. Can this one shot? And no. And I'm gonna... Why did I do that? I needed to do double. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of putting... Yeah, that's now really putting PB in range. Holy... Yeah, that's putting PB in at a big risk. Not a major risk, but... Like, at most, we're losing about 3 minutes here. That was entirely on me. I think, you know what the problem is? I got ahead of myself without realizing I didn't get swaggered. Which, why didn't I get swaggered? Anyways, that's fine. I also blame the fact that I got a minus attack nature despite having perfect IVs in attack, you know? There we go. There's the swagger. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm +4. I'm faster than Absol. So, yeah, we are fine. And then going for the X speed. Really? Did not go for the... Not going to go for the fake out? Okay. Precipice Blades. What? Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. Game wants to play jokes on me. That's fine. That's fine. Really? I was banking on the fake out being a thing, but apparently not. I'm just going to set up the... I'm just going to set up the everything on my Deanna. Ah, that's really unfortunate. 2 resets at Sydney. Still going to be ahead of PB after this fight if I actually do this properly when not reset a 3rd time. Oh wait, no, my door stance, duh. Okay. Battle items, X speed. This should be fine, right? Not gonna one-shot me, but Precipice plays now. Or actually, I don't know if Precipice Blades should be enough. It's +4, and I can live the Leaf Blade, or I could just get. And I am faster. I should be faster. Okay. Whoa, my God! Really? Oh, okay, that's actually really funny. I hate it here. Okay. There we go. I can't believe it actually missed Precipice Blades. Cannot believe it. It should be fine. This should be fine. I don't think Aqua Jet KOs from here. Okay, good. Because that Aqua Jet had KO'd, I would have actually... Okay, time to see what's my speed. 118. Yeah, I'm so much faster now. Well, that was the most disastrous Sydney of all time. Losing a whopping 3.5, a little over 3.5 minutes on that. But if everything goes well, I think this is still salvageable. This run is still pretty salvageable. Right now, I would say, because of how horrible that Sydney went, I would say just give the marathon people, the marathon team, a little bit of an update. I think we're about, nothing else goes wrong, maybe a little under 15 minutes from now, from from finishing the run. Wait. Because with Phoebe, it is... Okay, so the Phoebe is an interesting challenge. Because all you got to be super worried about is whether or not Curse becomes a problem. I'm hoping that it doesn't become a problem. Duskups could also... I don't have a Prison Berry. I should have put another Prison Berry on. Just in case. Actually, I should have, actually. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I just gotta hope that I actually don't know what would be. Probably Nightshade. Nightshade would actually be the optimal play. The hope. Okay. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. It just means I have to heal. I have to heal next turn. Okay. I'll play. Oh my! That. What was? Okay. Don't tell me I have to now be worried about this. Come on, Sableye. Don't. No way. Oh my goodness. That's unreal. Can someone look up how much foul play Sableye can do, please? That's unbelievably unlucky. That's incredibly unlucky here. I think that actually might have been GG's on PB. That actually might be GG's on PB. Oh my... That's really unlucky. That's incredibly unlucky. Marathon luck and whatnot. Let's go with the Prison Berry, but I mean a Prison Berry would not have done anything here. I just got incredibly unlucky because I got cursed. Man, just gotta give it an update. I was over 6 minutes ahead of PB, and now we're gonna lose it. This should be like 3-3xable, hopefully. Or like right around like 340. I've never struggled this much in the Elite Four. I've never struggled with Phoebe before. All right, come on, give me the confuse ray. I'm praying for the confuse ray. Arceus, if you're listening, give me that confuse ray, please. Thank you. All right, and just like that, yep, we pretty much just won. It was kind of essentially a 50-50 shot whether or not it was going to be confuse ray or curse. But that's still, it's not fun to deal with. Unfortunate. Okay, it's no PB, but it's still a, you know, a solid run for me. Just means that the next one will the next one for sure will definitely be the run. Pretty happy with how this run turned out. I mean, like the mud kit was not great. The march dump I got wasn't spectacular. In addition, I also had to deal with the fact that I had this like terrible attack set on Groudon. Did a big misplay on Sydney, but hey, it is what it is. You're right, Trans. Pokemon RNG is absolutely brutal, for sure. All right, the first two Elite Four members gave me the hardest fights ever. Now I'm just hopeful that it's not the case here. Red Orb. And then I need to... we'll go for Lepa Berry. Our final Lepa Berry on Earthquake. Am I full health? I should be. Yeah, I am at full health. Okay, we're good. All right, Glalie, please don't freeze me. Really, really hoping you don't freeze me. Light screen. Girl, oh, I'm gonna have some bad news for you. The light screen ain't gonna do nothing against Groudon. Okay, I need to be very attentive to Groudon's speed stat and also his attack stat. I did not mean to use Earthquake. I meant to use Smackdown. It's fine. I mean, it's still 7. Yeah, okay. It's still 7, so I mean, it should be fine. Okay, what's the attack and speed stat? 124, 185. Okay. Gotcha. This should kill, right? Yeah. No. Okay, that's not. Damage roll? Damage roll? Please, please, please. I'm hoping that was just damage. Yeah, that was a damage roll. Yeah. Wait, so now I need to... Okay, now we're gonna go say goodbye to Primal Groudon and just aim for the Silscar strat. I got. Wait, this thing. Oh, have I taught? I have not taught it. Spring Fiat. I'm gonna teach it now. Over Precipice Blades. We kind of don't need Precipice Blades at this point now. And say goodbye, say hello to the Silk Scarf from all the way back to before Gym 2. Yeah, to answer your question, yes, Hail got denied because of Primal Groudon. Primal Groudon's ability is Desolate Land, which negates weather effects, or rather, the sunlight overrides any other weather condition. I believe it also had the standard the sun effect, like sunny day effect. Water type moves do less damage. I also believe it erases Groudon's water weakness, if I remember correctly. Oh, cool, Cotton Guard. Don't think this is gonna be a problem. I don't think for now. I'm worried about that Salamence for sure. Strength to kind of just one-shot the Flygon and the Silk Scarf is boosting that strength. So that strength is like almost on par with Earthquake, like base power Earthquake. Okay, good. All right, one more fight. Let's see if I can still... This actually still has a shot at getting a 3-3x. Like, and we're talking like a 339 high 50, a high 5x. Heal. And... Full restore. All right. Now it's a battle to see if I can get sub 340, which would be really, really cool. Think to kind of now worry. There are two things I need to make a decision on. Do I go for 2? You know what? No, I'm gonna go for 4. You know what? I got the full restore to Skarmory. The only thing I have to worry about Skarmory would be Toxic, which really is not a big deal. Steel Wing's it's not gonna do a ton of damage. I'm gonna go a little bit greedy and waste away an extra turn on going for 3 Sword Stances instead of 2. Because I don't remember off the top of... Oh, wait, no. My attack stat should be good enough, actually. No, I should be good enough, actually. I take it back. Toxic, okay. I'm gonna heal anyway. I have to heal. Yeah. Please, spikes. Okay, Steel Wing. Oh, of course, you give me a critical. That's also cool. No, I'm gonna heal again. I really want to be... I really want to make sure I do it right. Okay. Hopefully, this should be... Oh, Great Deli. With Earthquake. This shouldn't take it out in one go. Yeah. Aggron. Aggron Cat has... This should... Okay, Bullet Punch should not kill from here. I don't think it should kill. 53, okay. Oh boy. I misread the number. I'm ridiculously... I actually should have gone for... Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. He's gonna heal. Yeah. Oh, that actually ended... Oh, that worked out perfectly, actually. That actually worked... That could not have worked out any better. That must have been like a really low damage roll and a really high damage roll there. All right, yep, we win. Okay. It's not GG's yet. I would say we got about a little... Like 90... We got about like 95 seconds until it is time. Unfortunately, that's... I don't think that's going to be it for... I don't think it's going to be a 3-3X. I think it's just barely going to be... I think it's just going to be like a 340.08 or 09 or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe if I mash my text a little bit fast enough, maybe I could... Yeah, I don't think it's 10 seconds faster, but who knows? But anyway, that is Pokemon Omega Ruby. Why are you here, Brendan? Literally, why are you here? You really have not served any purpose outside of free heals and free transport. Thank you so much to for a really, really long time for giving me the opportunity to showcase this game once again. This was quite the wild ride. And I'm pretty happy. Outside from that Sydney and that Phoebe, pretty happy with how that run went. Could have been a PB. Unfortunately, it was not, but definitely for sure giving me a lot of definitely giving me a lot of very valuable experience, and also my very first time showcasing this game in a marathon setting. Okay, so time is going to be when this fades to black. And it will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 time. Okay. Not the 3-3X. You just barely by not even 10 seconds. Not even 10 by less than 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, or right around 10 or so ish seconds. Yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun showcasing all 3 games that I did. Technically 5 games, if we're counting the Reignited Trilogy as 3 different games, which they are. It is 3 separate runs done in a trifecta format. I appreciate the GGs, everybody. This was quite the Odyssey. Phoebe, Sydney, thank you so much for causing me a multi-minute PB. Sydney, I blame you. Sydney, okay, no, Sydney was a misplay by me. Phoebe, I just got unbelievably unlucky. Sableye, what this foul play with Sableye? Oh my goodness. Anyways, this was quite the adventure. I'm very, very happy with how it went out. I'm glad. I hope everyone had fun. I'm glad with I hope everyone had fun. I had a lot of fun for sure. And yeah, I appreciate everyone saying GGs in the chat right now. And to answer your question, no, we don't fight the rival immediately that comes after. By the way, very cheap of the game to force a rival fight immediately after this. So if you have a bad team going back, I actually don't know what happens if you if you lose to the rival in the post game. I don't know what happens. Do you just like abandon your title? And now you have to refight the Elite Four, and Brendan is the new champ. That would be really funny. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. If you want to see me run this game or Spyro or other Pokemon games or stuff like Ghostling Yard or stuff like Gran Turismo or stuff like Mario Golf, can you tell I run a lot of games? You can follow me on my Twitch, Tornite, same on the Blue Ski. And lastly, I will be at GDQ being part of the Mario 64 70-star relay. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, hope everyone has a happy holidays. Seeing as we're right in the middle of it. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I greatly appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of really, really long Thon 9. And with that, I'm off.